Okay everybody, how's it going? Well, today we are going to make compost, a compost pile. And as you can see here, I already have this heap already forming, and it's about, you can see, about 8 inches, 10 inches tall. It's about 3.5 feet wide. This was started probably about 2 months ago. So every week, this is what I do. This is really easy. The easiest way to make, recycle all your used food scraps, and you can actually throw away paper, the inside of the paper towels, the egg cartons. So over here I have just a bunch of leaves. Now you want to have this for a compost, some brown matter like leaves. It could be almost anything. There's branches in here. This is probably too big. Probably don't want that. So typically 50-50%. So you're going to use, I'll first dump this one in, and then I'll sprinkle this on top to keep the bugs away. So this is about just a week's use of food scraps for 2 people. I'll almost fill up a whole 5-gallon bucket, because there ends up being a lot of things you throw away. So just start, you need to place in your yard where you have at least 3 feet wide. I'll probably start building walls up on the sides to keep this going higher. And let me just show you underneath the soil down here. There's probably tons of worms in here. You can't really see in there, but this is getting really rich. There's all types of different matter and stuff in there, but it's only been there 2 months, so it takes a while to all break down. But so I'm constantly feeding. So I'm going to take this and just dump it, all this stuff out right on top. Okay, now I got pretty much, let me just grab a shovel here. We want to just spread this around. Now you can see all the different things I have in here. Eggshells, any type of vegetable that's not cooked. Coffee grinds are really good. I drink coffee every morning, so I'll throw that in. The eggshells are something you definitely don't want to throw away. They have a lot of nutrients. You could grow the plants directly in the shells. Just plant them in the ground, and your plants will do great. The coffee grinds, like I said. One of the best things is the bananas. So try eating bananas like one or two, or like one a day or whatever. And then you take the banana peels, mix them in with the compost, and the worms, they love banana peel. They love the eggshells especially as well. So I have this paper stuff. This is all recyclable, so it's like it doesn't have any chemicals. It breaks down real easily, and it creates little spaces for the worms to crawl through. So as this layers up and gets thicker, it just creates little houses for these worms and everything, the microorganisms to start growing. They'll eat all this. It'll be like food for them. So you're basically feeding your microorganisms. So now, and feeding the worms. So you got to think about it that way. You're feeding your worms, feeding them their dinner. So there's probably eventually, down towards the bottom of the heap, it's probably broken down enough where there are worms, but at the top, the things will not be. Different types of creatures will be in there, but so basically, okay, that's pretty flat. You want it pretty spread out. You don't want stuff falling off the edges. So, and you can notice I put some rosemary down. So So it smells really good and kind of keeps the insects away. The neighbor has some rosemary, so I noticed he had a pile of trimmings. Sprinkle that on my plants, and it really keeps the bug, any flying insects away. So now I got this another bag, which I got from somebody I know that has a backyard that they're kind of redoing, and I just filled up a couple trash bags because you're gonna need this. You need at least as much as you're putting down. I wanted to double it probably because this stuff will break down real quick. So you can see, I like to kind of sprinkle it over the top. That way you just kind of dust it, get it covered up. Because any little spot that's shown, let's get this back in here, is going to, bugs will more likely be able to get to it. So just keep sprinkling. Let me get more out of it. This is going to. Okay, so getting it covered up pretty good. So you get the idea. So what you're doing is basically the brown dried leaves is the carbon, and you need carbon and nitrogen. The nitrogen is the green foods. So the combination of those two help everything break down evenly, and you get a nice compost. So it's really easy. This is about as easy of a compost you can do. What I'll do now is water it, soak it real good. So look at, you can't see any of the stuff in here. Water it really good, because you don't want to have dry compost, because the little creatures in there like it wet, and everything will break down better. So I'll probably build up the walls, but that's pretty much it. Just keep doing this. You have to constantly get a supply of whatever you have available. Maybe look around, see what trees you have available, your neighbors have. But you're going to look at leaves in a whole different way once you start composting, because they can become hard to come by. You just ask the landscaper or anybody, they may look at you funny, but when you ask them for their bag of leaves. But that's basically it. I just got this small backyard, and I'm going to eventually extend this over. You can see there's the garden. Probably put some planters over here and just extend this whole planter thing that I built. Just get rid of all of this. This is all going to be remodeled, but I still have some nice plants. So I jackhammered some concrete out. So anyway, that's how easy it is to compost. You don't want to throw away all that scrap. It's going to go in a landfill and not really benefit anybody in the landfill. So hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you next time.